It's my immediate future. It's my future. Immediate future. I'm trying to get ready for what's in my immediate future.
I looked into the future, predicted you's a loser. Working in the shadows, having self-esteem battles. Brain is rattled, you're looking for some reassurance. The only thing lying ahead for you though is ignorance. Rinse me down with some of that miracle water though. Like nutrients, when you're at it, you know seed gon' grow. Clips ready for the reload, locked in on the target, the marksman. My eyesight on Capitol, dip into a different dimension where it's pimping, lavish living. Everybody smoking, sipping and chilling. Got the salmon on the grill with the plank, you know it's dank. Ain't nobody tripping, we kicking it Billy Blanks. Game don't change, just the players involved. Future bright, moist tonight, blinding them all. Plaques on the wall, winning at the highest degree, anointing them king. The birth of never ending.
I'm trying to get ready for what's in my immediate future. I'm gonna blast away. I'm gonna blast away. I've been living so far away. I'm gonna blast away. It's my immediate
Fuck the future, baby. I want that shit right now. We moving at warp speed, it ain't no room to slow down. I'm not a rookie at this shit. I've been living 44 years, smoking bomb every day. Space dust is in my beer. Hear me loud and clear, can you see me? Ocean waves crash, the signal coming from TV is tainted. The sun's strong, so I fainted. Hit my head on the back of a rocket, now I ain't shit. When I open my eyes and see the stars were shining, sister was in the moon, I know it's all in the timing. We living on the floating rock, we not in control, but a Libra balance the scale. Music is all in my soul. Sometimes we go crazy, get sick of the bullshit, can only handle so much. Start shooting and throw a fit, but back to reality. Thinking about what you done, insanity for a little bit, thinking that shit is fun.
I'm trying to get ready for what's in my immediate future. I'm gonna blast away. I'm gonna blast away. I've been living so far away. I'm gonna blast away. It's my immediate
Yeah, my cat's sick
future.
again. Man, I hate my job. If he don't approve this time off, I'ma smack my boss. And if my coworker tells another corny ass joke, I'ma wrap my hands around his neck and choke till he croaks. I don't care about your weekend, I don't care about your kids. I came to do my fucking job and clock the hell about this bitch. I don't wanna go to lunch with you and sit in the car and talk about how much the pay sucks here and we should go to HR. Bitch, shut the fuck up and get up out of my ride. You're fucking up my whole high. Yes, I come to work high. Bitch, I always come suited. I can't do this shit sober. Every second of the day I wait for my life to be over. I'm a puppet, a slave to the traffic jams, and it seems while I'm making someone else money, I'm ignoring all of my dreams. That's why I hop in my spaceship and zoom to another planet. And if my boss hears a song, fuck this job, he can have it, I'm gone.
I'm trying to get ready for what's in my immediate future. I'm gonna blast away. I'm gonna blast away. I've been living so far away. I'm gonna blast away. It's my immediate future.
Oh yes, bitches. Welcome
Oh.
to Nothing Sacred.
Yeah, the Nothing Sacred interview. Max, go ahead and take it.
Yeah. We got I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And I'm Cruise Control.
And we got Dusty from the group S.U.M, as well as Dusty Vision TV in the building. What's going on, Dusty?
Maxwell, Silverhammer, Cruise Control, and Dusty Vision. We sound like a bunch of 80s porn stars, guys.
That's about right, dude.
That sounds
Right?
kind of cool, though.
Dude, I got a
Maxwell
pizza.
Silverhammer. That is fucking hard. I love that.
Yeah, that's my name, man.
Funny enough, I got a pizza on the way, so it's gonna be fun.
Oh man,
You know,
Because I think the way
hope it's not cheese pizza.
I think the way you pick your porn name is it's the last cup of coffee you drank and the last tool that you use to build something. Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh, I like it. That works. Well, you were calling me STIM, which actually is that's an acronym for the old radio show we used to do. It was called Shit That Irks Me. So that's what STIM was.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that irks me, man. I just got back from filling up my tank of gas, and
that's enough to piss you off.
Shit that irks me.
No, you should just steal the gas. The fine that your charge is less than the amount the gas would have cost in the first place.
Exactly. It's under $999, right? So I guess I'll be out by Monday.
By the way, just in case you're wondering, that was the song "Immediate Future,"
right off the Digital Space Dust EP
by S.U.M.
Yep.
Which is a project you're involved with. You're also, like I said, involved with YouTube on Dusty Vision TV. So go ahead and Max, go ahead.
Yeah, what does S.U.M stand for, actually?
So the meaning behind S.U.M is kind of it's kind of embarrassing. So it stands for state of mind. I made it. I came up with the name. If you look at a trailer on YouTube of a corny 1990s hip hop movie called Cool as Ice by Vanilla Ice.
I remember that.
Yeah, with the song, with the trumpets at the beginning.
My man knows what's up.
Oh,
See?
God.
And he's riding his motorcycle.
Oh yeah, on the front of the cover, he's got the motorcycle.
So you guys are probably in your 40s if you know what I'm
talking
about.
Oh yeah,
perfect, beautiful. So yes, I don't know why I was fucking just in anything hip hop at that time. I was just so long story short, I saw the name, and in there he has a line called he just says something about something. It's a state of mind. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool as fuck. So when I was like 12 years old, I started with these two dudes, Edgar and Jacob, in Bell Gardens, and not in Bell Gardens, in Downey. And that ended up falling off. And then literally not even 6 months later, I met my two best friends in my whole wide world, Step 2 and Bone, who I actually formed a group with, State of Mind, and that's how State of Mind, the name, came to be, dude.
Oh man.
So S.U.M. State U.F. Mind.
Exactly. Yeah. So and this is something I actually put down the pen and paper for about 12 years. I stopped writing everything like in 2008. I was like, I gave up on hip hop. I was promoting things like that, doing some behind the scenes stuff. So I got to see the gritty side of hip hop that like really made me fall out of love with it. Dealing with money and dealing with people and having to pay people and stuff like that. So I fell out of love with it. Long story short, 2020 rolled around, and this little thing called the pandemic came around, and you're sitting at home thinking the world's gonna fucking end. So I just got like the creative bug to start writing again, dog. And since 2020, we're working on our third EP that's going to be released in 2 months. We all got the bug to just start
rapping.
Everything that was going on in this world. And I'm 44. This isn't like my main thing, but it's something that I love to do. Thankfully, we've already got about 80,000 streams, downloads. People are buying it. You know what I mean? That's not a lot, but it's something to kind of be proud of, especially when you're just doing it as a side hobby. But my main thing is YouTube and podcasting, Dusty Vision TV.
Cool. We'll get into that too. But what is immediate? Go ahead and explain your idea behind immediate.
I just got to say, I love your verse, man, about the coworker, because I have one like that.
You know what? The funny part is I was having a hard time with that beat, right? So I would sit out at home, I would smoke, I would drink a little bit to kind of get the vibe, and nothing was coming out. But one day I was sitting at work and I was just looking around. And I was just looking around like, oh, you motherfucker, I hate you. You're the one that tells all the corny ass fucking jokes. You're the one that always wants to run the HR for shit. So I just started writing. I literally wrote that verse as I'm sitting at my day job that I hate. That verse is a few years old. But yeah, so it wasn't something that it's not my current job. Anyone listening right now, managers, bosses, love you guys. It's not. No, this verse was written a few years ago at the job that I left to be at the job now. So,
okay, yeah.
So yeah, I was just sitting around and I had that verse at hand, and then I heard that beat, and I'm just like, okay, this would actually fit perfectly. And yeah, so we've all worked a 9 to 5 where we just, you know what I mean? Like we all had bigger aspirations, and we just fucking just hate sitting in traffic and all of that shit.
And most of those people are just basic. What's the word? They're just normal.
NPCs.
You know, like
NPC is a word for it. Normie,
NPC,
whatever the hell you want to call it. NPC is a term that it's a video game term. You know.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm the last video game that I was really into that I actually stole from my mother to play. Sorry, Mom. The only time I ever stole from my mom in my life was to play Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 came out. First of all, there's a line like outside the liquor store, and like you had to wait in line. You had to put your quarters on the thing, right? But that was the last time, dude. And I passed that game with every single character.
Nice. You're not really a gamer then, but okay.
No, my son loves gaming, dude. Like he fucking loves.
Well,
gaming.
you know the computer controlled players in the game. They're called non-player characters.
So
that's what an NPC
is in the game. So an NPC is like a oh my God, Biden is a great president. The inflation is a good thing.
Yeah. So the country is full of NPCs, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
is that
pretty
another
much,
word for
more and more.
Another word for snowflake, kind of.
Kind of.
They just go along with everything.
You know, like the people who have the Ukrainian flag behind them and had Fosse's face, and now they're jacking off over his, whatever.
Whatever. You guys really want to get me started because this is where I came from.
This is what we wanted you on for.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, let's get into that a little bit because let's talk about your you said you had your we'll give a little history here for you, give you some props here because it looks like you got a decent amount of followers here, because we don't really care about that, and I think that's part of the reason why we enjoy it so much is because we just kind of do it. And you said you started doing it.
I don't either.
In 2008.
2008. Yeah, I just started. I have had variations of my show. My first podcast was the Oddcast, and that lasted for like 4 years. And the Dusty and Heidi show that lasted for a few years. Then I jumped into a thing that called the Uncle Tom Show, which is something that I'm probably most proud of, but I can't do it because everybody in the world are pussies, and you can't offend, you can't.
I would say do it.
First of all, you know what the thing is? Here's the deal. No, believe me. When it starts affecting your real life and your money and things like that, that's when I was gung ho with the Uncle Tom Show. Fuck it, I'm going in, and I'm not saying shit. I'm just saying stuff that normal America doesn't want to hear. A person of color who happens to lean more conservative. They don't want to hear
you think for yourself.
Correct. Yeah, they don't want you to think for yourself. I have 2 Facebook accounts because at a time I used to get 30-day bans. But the Uncle Tom Show was something that went on for a while, and it got pretty popular and exciting. But then the climate changed, and now I don't know what bathroom to enter, like stuff like
dude.
So it's like,
oh God, oh my God. Okay, so this is gonna be fun because we're all batting on the same page here.
Yep, you're among friends here.
Like the movie that came out 2 years ago about conservatives, Uncle Tom with Larry Elder.
Larry Elder, who is a radio god of mine. I voted for. I was hoping he would have taken over the governorship, but
he was the black face of white supremacy.
Which makes no sense.
Literally, LA Times article. Black face.
I've been listening to him for 20 years. I've never heard him say anything racist.
Of course not. Well, it's like Trump, same thing.
Well, no, it's racist to be Republican because that means you're a quote unquote an Uncle Tom, So
right.
So it's crazy, yeah.
And I want people to, before we go, I'm not a certified Republican. I'm more of an independent. I definitely lean more, towards the right, but there are a lot of stuff on the right that I think is just as kooky as the left. I'm not, no offense to anyone, but I'm not into the religious thing. I think if someone wants to have an abortion up to 9 months, hey, it's your fucking body, do your thing, just don't involve, there's a lot of stuff on the right too that I disagree with, but if I had a percentage wise, I would say I'm like 65%.
The thing about that, Dusty, is that it like 5 years ago, you would have been right in the middle. And now it's slowly, because everything is going so batshit crazy left, you can't help but be more right, because what they considered moderate, people are saying Bill Maher is right wing.
Wow.
Like, if you watch Politically
Yeah, you're
Incorrect
right.
in the late 90s, he was
He
always
was clearly right.
religious.
You knew where he stood.
He's
You know where
clearly
he
left
stood.
wing. He's clearly
Yeah.
left wing. But
Exactly.
now he's considered moderate more than left, and he was clearly. And now, so now, all if you're a moderate person 5 years ago, you woke up today, you'd be considered, you know,
that is
racist.
100% correct.
Same thing with Dave
crazy.
Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, you know, was very
He's not fucking right wing.
Right, exactly. But he's considered because of his transsexual jokes and all that shit. You know, now
people think Joe Rogan is right wing. He is so not right wing. Like,
he voted for Bernie Sanders.
They just don't even.
Don't even know.
They literally just don't know. They just think if someone speaks for themselves, because Joe Rogan will call the bullshit out on whatever side it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's when people are like, "Wait, hold on, he's disagreeing with a Democrat. He has to be a right wing Trump supporter and this and that."
Right.
But yeah, and here's another thing about me. I support whatever president is in office, but here's a little known thing about me that people always seem to think. I never voted for Trump. Never voted for Trump. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but I never voted for Trump. I voted for Kanye West. And I think Roseanne, no, I forgot who I voted for. And
who'd you vote for in the last election? That's, I mean, all you had was Trump or Biden, right?
Whatever ballot, wherever the ballot went.
Yeah, I can't really. So I had to, you know what? I'm pretty sure. Wait, Trump or Biden? No, I probably voted for Trump this last time.
I was gonna say,
yeah, I know I didn't in 2016 for sure, but
yeah.
I was digging his fucking vibe. I'm like, yes, we need somebody, you know, like that in here.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather have a guy sending out mean tweets than having $6.58 gas. So I don't know.
Well, the guy's just making a mess everywhere, man, with Ukraine and all this other shit.
He's not competent. He's not making anything. He's not there. It's the most incredible shit I've ever seen in my life. It's
scary to watch him do it.
It's
Have you guys watched
embarrassing,
him
dude.
read a teleprompter? It's like,
oh yeah.
And then he runs out of there right after a press conference.
Yeah.
You know, Trump would at least stick around for like literally a fucking hour and just take questions from everybody. Biden's like, hey, okay, Biden, can you tell us about the hey, what about Ukraine? I gotta go.
Well, what was the thing? Cruise Control and I were watching something when I was out there. Remember? And they asked Biden something, and he goes, "It's too complicated to explain," or something like that. It was really,
it's really complicated, or like, oh, I'm going to get myself in trouble.
He's scary. It's scary, dude.
Yeah,
nah, it's. And look, you just gotta keep chugging along, man. I've never been a guy who thinks that whoever is in office 3,000 miles away is really going to affect me that much.
Right.
I'm more involved in my local politics.
Good, smart.
The schools, the guy who's gonna fix the motherfucking pothole that's been sitting out front. You know, I feel like those things directly affect me more.
you.
I would definitely encourage everybody out there to get more involved. Because this is the fucked up part. Everybody votes for the president, but nobody votes for their city count. You know, when I say nobody, I mean a very small percentage of people even know there's an election coming up.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't. A lot of those names you don't even know. You know,
it's
like people don't really tell you who they are.
Like people are trying to fight to save Ukraine, but don't give a shit about saving their downtown.
Dude, and no offense to anybody in Ukraine, it's a sad situation. It's really fucked up what's going on in the world. But I'm sorry, we got Chicago kids.
Yeah, we got
killing each other like nobody's business every single weekend, and nobody's batting an eye. Everybody's just like, oh, nothing to see here, just a bunch of niggers killing niggers. Like it's like what. And that's sadly, and that's the fucked up part about it, is that's really how it is. And I always tell my people, and this is where the Uncle Tom comes in, this is where the house nigga comes in, this is where the whatever comes in, is when I'm like, dude, the white man, like when I walk out of my door, when my 23-year-old son walks out of his door, he has a way more chance of getting killed by someone else of his race. Not white people. I mean, Tupac said it best. They tell me it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind killing all the people here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we need to really, if we don't focus on our own self, our own group, Black folks, America's not going to give a fuck. That's why they don't care right now that Chicago, Baltimore, Philly, Compton, Watts is just on fire right now. They don't care because it's Blacks killing Black. You know when they care is when a white couple is sitting in Beverly Hills and some bunch of niggas run up and steal them for their Marta Bigar watch or you know what I mean, pistol whip the husband. Like that's when they care.
Or when a white cop kills a black person because it's sensational, it can rile up the people to go out and do a bunch of stupid shit that they don't care about.
Well, I think you said it best, Dusty, in How Many, where you had the line of Al Sharpton.
That's a good radio guy right there. Look at that's that radio shit. I love that.
Oh yeah, he knows his.
Nice segue.
Shit,
go for it. Keep going.
Well, I liked it. Well, it was good, man, because
Thank you.
that line where you say it's relevant to what we're talking about, where Al Sharpton talks about this, but doesn't say anything about the killings in Chicago.
That's it. Yeah, if there's two people on this earth that I despise more than anything, it's Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. I cannot fucking stand them. They're race baiting pieces of trash. They do nothing for the black community. They're ambulance chasers. The only time they come out to pop their head is when a white cop kills. Oh my God! Wait, a white man killed a black man in Minneapolis. All right, gotta go. Where's my plane? Wait, are they gonna pay me $200,000 to be? Okay, they're paying me $200,000 to be. Okay, cool.
That's the other thing. Yeah, there's no money
Al
in it for him.
All right, wait, hold on. A man was killed. Wait, who? Zimmerman? Wait, down in Florida? Wait, they're gonna pay me before I go there. Okay, cool. Let's go.
If you're not gonna pay me, I'm not going.
Well, then they got next generation shit. They got next generation shit like Ibram. What the hell is his name? He's getting like he's the woke guy who talks about like whiteness and.
I'm not hip to that name. Let me type it in. What is it? Ibram.
What the hell is it?
I mean, we all know though. I mean, they have a lot. I mean, who runs the country? It's hold on.
He's getting 40,000 a pop. It's IBRAM, I believe. Let me see.
Okay, IBRAM. Let's see, IBRAM.
I love it, man. Dusty's always even on the when you team up.
What's that? Ibram Kendi.
Oh, okay. Never heard. I don't think I ever heard of him.
Or okay, I'll give you another one who's in his ilk, but who's white and who's using her.
I've seen his face before. Okay.
Or Robin DiAngelo. That's mine.
Okay. Robin DiAngelo.
She's the one that wrote the white.
Oh yeah. I recognize this bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. They're making thousands of dollars talking about like how white people are privileged and
white fragility.
Who's the one that teaches?
It's called The Prejudice of Low Expectation is what it is.
Yeah.
White fragility. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Look,
this shit.
If there's anybody that's and this is where people are gonna hate me. If there's anybody that's in last place right now, it's the straight white male.
Oh yeah.
Like the straight white male is the most obsolete, and I obviously don't believe this, but in terms of where we are in this country, the straight white male is about as obsolete as the retarded cousin who used to be on the side of the picture, like they used to always push to the back of the picture when we took family pictures, and they were like,
the basement tard.
You guys are the Down syndrome cousin.
Yeah, we're Satan's spawn. We're pretty much we're the lowest on the pyramid.
I believe
you forgot though, real quick before you forgot cis.
Oh, is that the new thing? I don't. Man, last time I looked, there were literally 68 genders. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's cis, though. For some reason, to put that in front of it. I don't know why.
And see, that's why I'm not 100% conservative, because I don't give a fuck. Like, that shit doesn't. I don't care if you want to call yourself whatever you call yourself. Just don't get mad at me when I fuck up. Like, if you look like a dude and I call you a dude, don't get angry.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of women that are like, the ones that identify. There was one person, it was a guy for all intents and purposes, but sounded like it was trying to identify.
We've got to be careful. We got to be careful on this, guys. Where we fucking
this is where YouTube.
You're gonna get it. No, you're gonna get a fucking $10 million deal 5 years from now. They're gonna pull this show up.
Probably will. Oh, probably. But you know what? That's our thing, man. We just say whatever the fuck's on our mind.
I feel you.
Yeah. That's probably why we don't have a lot of views, because YouTube will shadow ban us and shit. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to ask you. Okay, because you've obviously spoken out about COVID and other stuff in your music. I've noticed your stuff was not on Amazon. Is that because Amazon won't sell you?
That's a good question. I didn't realize it wasn't on Amazon. I thought it was on everything, but that's
because Amazon's my go-to place to listen to music, and I didn't find it on Amazon.
Well, that's actually a good segue because I want a good segue into so you've been on YouTube for at least a decade, correct?
No. So I just started YouTube. So I podcasting on like Podomatic and SoundCloud. I just started YouTube, dude. Consistently 100% about 2.5 years ago. So I'm new to the YouTube game. I'm literally still learning everything with YouTube.
So you came in right when it really started getting cracking down on all the crap.
I came in right before our COVID hit. Like 2019 was when I really started going crazy. And then, yes, dude, dude, I got a fucking, someone shared their opinion of COVID on my show last year, and I got off top, I got a fucking 30-day strike because I was sharing medical information that wasn't certified or whatever.
Oh God.
This dude, and when I tell you something's innocent, I'm telling you right now, like, he said nothing that was crazy. So now when people have mentioned COVID on my show, I literally just, I edit that word out. Because dude, isn't that nuts? We're living in a time where, and he said something along the lines, this is what he said. The worst thing he said about that conversation, he called it a pandemic. That was the word, like,
yeah.
That was the worst thing he said. He was like, yeah, I think it's all bullshit. Like, basically, he was, you know what I mean? But he never said, oh, I believe that if we shoot ourselves with horse tranquilizer, or, like, he said none of that in that, going back to the Joe Rogan shit.
Yeah, but then again, look at the data now, though. They've been proven right. They're like, oh, it's
you know, the worst. I really wish, and nothing against anybody who did, but I really wish I didn't get that vaccination. Like,
me too. I got it because
and the only reason, my fucking wife. I love you, baby. I love you, but she fucking made me get it. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have gotten it. But I
got it for work, man. I got it for work just because it was a lot easier than having to go get tested every week. And I was just like, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna get this goddamn. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I felt like shit after I got my second shot. I don't know if you had the same thing happen.
My wife was horrible for 3 days, bro. I never seen her that sick in our relationship. Me, I was fine. I had a little soreness, and I was up the next day, nothing. But my wife, it hit her hard, dude. Oh wow. But I don't know. I'm not a look. I don't believe either way. I was just like, I didn't even. I wish I wouldn't have got it, because, like, I know motherfuckers who are way healthier than me who didn't get the shot and they survived that whole shit. So I'm just
right. Well, and then the other things, we got Cruise Control, and I have a friend who got vaccinated, and he's still been sick, right? Isn't he?
Dude. Well, I got vaccinated, and I got I just got COVID 2 months ago. About 2 months ago, and I got vaccinated back in September. Yeah. So I was vaccinated for what, 5 months before, and then I fucking got COVID. So it's like,
now you get it. The whole time you were healthy, right? Like, no vaccination.
100%. I mean, other than the ones that make us get measles, mumps, rubella when you're like 4 to go to preschool and shit.
Yeah, that's we got that was
literally all I've ever. Yeah, that's literally all I've ever gotten. But yeah, man. Before I want to ask you guys about this before we get too far away from what we were talking about earlier with the world we're living in now.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that a trans, I gotta be careful how I say this, a trans
Leah woman, Thomas.
You already know where I'm going.
Oh, hell yeah.
NCAA. Why aren't more women, like, pissed off about this? Like,
I don't know.
Isn't this a woman's, like, I'm hearing women, like, always fucking this and their arms fist and who's that 1920s Rosie the Riveter bitch? Like, and no Rosie the Riveters in 2022 think that this is not cool, that a dude, like, once again, I have love for everybody. I literally do. Like, one of my best friends, I'm not even gonna say it because that's what racist people used to say. One of my best friends is like, anyway, but dude, why aren't more women upset about this? Like, more women should be really
that's what's scary.
There's a man, someone who was a man a week ago, who now, excuse me, wants to be a woman. And I have, hey, that's you, do your thing. But why aren't more women, like, saying, hey, wait up, we need to knock this off?
It's our culture, man. They're afraid of being labeled.
That's so crazy though, because you got these sex offenders that are going into, you know what I mean? And
not even going there, man. But we're talking about biological men who are beating the shit out of. They're not winning by, like, oh, they won by a stroke. They're kicking the shit out of them.
Like, they're getting hammered.
And then these women are like, well, second place is the new first place.
Oh God.
I don't
what the
get it.
fuck? I don't fucking get it either, man.
If I was a woman, I'd be pissed. If I was a woman, I would be upset.
I'll tell you why, in my opinion. It's because we live in a fucking sick society that values image over actual morals. So people are more afraid of being considered transphobic than actually going, hey, this is fucking wrong. Because the people that are actually fucking narcissistic and crazy will go after them. They want to go out.
Who's saying this right now? Who's saying this? Cruise or
That's cruise control.
Cruise control.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just want everybody to know these are cruise controls.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
This has nothing to do with Dusty Vision. If you guys are reading this in like 10 years and you want to give me a big ass deal and you come back and no, I'm just joking. No, this is what if you guys check out the Uncle Tom show, this is the stuff I talk about.
I was going to ask you about the Uncle Tom show because I see you posted in your group on Facebook. And I was like, is that the same thing? Or are you guys connected? Or?
You know what? It's pretty funny actually, because that's just a page that I did years ago that I just never changed the name. So it's still, so I guess when I post in Dusty Video, you know what the thing about Facebook is I F them because they banned me probably, I'm not even exaggerating, 25 times in 3 years when Facebook, because I used to do Facebook Lives before YouTube. I jumped into Facebook Lives and I was getting 5,000, 6,000 views a video. I would just do like a 45-minute video of me talking about stuff that we're talking about, and people would chime in, and then going back to the shadow banning thing.
Yeah.
Damn, 5,000 views, shit's going great. Oh man, I'm even getting sometimes 7,000, 8,000 views. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I'm getting 600 views. Wait, I'm getting 400 views.
Right.
Wait, I'm
well, and I have that problem where like when I post the shows, like nobody will, I get maybe 1-2 likes on them and that's about it. I'm like, why the fuck is nobody seeing these?
That's because they have their algorithm and they know certain words, certain phrases. And if they're searching that, they're going to automatically pull you down to about as bottom as it gets. And people are going to have to dig to try to find your show. And that's the fucked up part.
That's why this show is cool, because we don't give a fuck about it. But Dusty has an audience, so remember, this has no affiliation officially
with Dusty Vision
whatsoever
TV.
with Dusty Vision TV.
And anything I say, I'm responsible for. Like anything that comes out of my mouth, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm responsible.
And anything we say, he is not responsible for. Although guilt by association is another technique.
Of course,
you know what?
Well, you were on their show, so therefore you're a racist too.
Let's do this. We were talking about Chicago before. Now I know this might not have to do with the same subject, but why don't we go into another song by S.U.M. And this is called Chicago. And then we'll come back in a few after that to talk about that song a bit, and then get more into other bullshit that we want to talk about.
Sounds good.
Like a plan.
I told her I loved her. Records. I told her I loved her. But the records started skipping. The records started skipping. And she told me I was tripping. She said she wanna see the city, but she don't wanna ride the city bus. Because she's new to the town, naive eyes look for truth that is lost in the sound. Brains are lost in the cloud, dead from all of the smoke. That's the reason why the ostrich hides his head in the ground. That's the reason why the monster even puts on a mask. And we turn the city green to blend in with the grass. The city scene made a crash, I fell in love with it twice. Had to tell her goodbye cause she fell in love with the night. I couldn't keep up, I tried to bring it down from the sky, but the clouds were so nice that she took a nap for a while. And when she woke up, I finally had a kid and a lady. Bone told me he saw the other day with the baby. Ain't life crazy? I think about it once in a while when it's cloudy outside and the sun goes.
None of these drugs do what they supposed to. Yeah. And what's the point of hurting people that you're close to? Yeah. Most of my life I've been following stars, knowing I ain't really had to go that far. Come to find out it's the truth I already know. Yeah.
Spinning out a cylinder, moving, I'm in reverse. Committing crimes of passion, judging jury at first. But I love that girl, been my woman since day one. Had a couple of kids in the house, the job done. So what happened while we ain't loving no more? Maybe I should take some blame instead of taking the score. But me and more don't go, I'm begging you gotta change. We can work it out even through pleasure and pain. You gotta chill with the liquor, girl, you get too friendly. Who you talking to, baby? That's my man Henry. That's what I'm talking about, baby, just sit your ass down. You wanted to have some fun, me take you out on the town so you can shake a tail feather. Maybe we cut a rug, drinking and driving on the low key. Rum in a jug, give me a hug, wrong nigga, baby. You drive your nigga crazy in the morning, won't remember shit. I know it's kinda hazy.
None of these drugs do what they supposed to. Yeah. And what's the point of hurting people that you're close to? Yeah. Most of my life I've been following stars, knowing I ain't really had to go that far. Come to find out it's the truth I already know.
Ready, set, go. Put your seatbelt on, up and away we bout to go. The road is gonna get windy, promise not to lose control. The final destination's bound to captivate your soul. And so, many MCs inspired to be one of the baddest motherfuckers to touch the MIC. Then the law came life, now your dreams deferred. All the years of writing rhymes captured in a blur. Mind ponders, contemplating the worst. Put all your energy into the music, now you're looking for thirst to be quenched. Paying dues upon dues. Keep on telling yourself I'ma make it, others believe in you too, and it's true. You can make it if you try. There's levels to everything, better believe it, cause you can deny it and never achieve it. It won't come easy, just put in the work and know your worth. Continue to rise, cause all we do is capitalize.
None of these drugs do what they supposed to. Yeah. And what's the point of hurting people that you're close to? Yeah. Most of my life I've been following stars, knowing I ain't really had to go that far. Come to find out it's the truth I already know. Yeah.
All right.
Oh yes,
that was Chicago. So is and that's off the Trifecta album, actually.
Yes.
You know, and so is
EP,
that about
right?
addiction?
Like 3 or 4 songs.
That one's
that's funny that
digital
you said that.
Space.
Yeah, Trifecta was the first album that we decided to make a couple of years ago during the pandemic. But Chicago is the one that seemed to get the best reaction. I don't know what it's about, what it is about the song, but it's gotten the best reaction, the most streams, the most downloads, the best comments on YouTube, the strongest video on YouTube. It's actually on YouTube as well.
I think it's because the chorus is great. Hurt those closest to you.
Yeah, it's about drug addiction, isn't it?
Yeah. So a lot of it is. It's basically, in a nutshell, it's about a girl who wants to come to the big city. And when this hook was written and my verse was written, which is the first verse, it was about a girl who comes to the big city and wants to make it, but you know, all the things of the big city, you know, get fall into place. And yeah, my brother came up with the hook, my biological brother. Shout out to Irox, who is a fantastic musician. His penmanship is crazy. He's a great artist when it comes to writing, and he actually wrote that hook. So that's him on the hook.
Oh wow. Okay.
My favorite line from that is something about it's your final destination and it captivates your soul or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's my boy Bone. It captivates your soul. Yeah, that's my boy Bone.
Because what a great line. Like, final destination obviously is death, and what happens when you die?
It captivates your soul. It takes it over.
Takes your soul.
So, you know? And you know, I gotta say this too, because my buddy Ray listens. Our buddy Ray listens to the show, and I used to hate abstract rap. And
what is abstract rap? Help me out.
Well, like kind of the stuff you guys do, you know, where you kind of have to dig for the meaning a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, that's,
you know, like
like that line right there. That right there, like you know, your final destination, it captivates your soul.
And you know what? That's funny. I love those artists because like Nas is one of my favorite artists. Eminem is one of my favorite artists, and there's songs that I've listened to from them 100 times, and then the 101st time I hear it, I'm like, oh shit!
Like, that's pretty dope.
Line.
Yeah. Well, see, and Ray used to say to me, he'd say, "Man, I think there's going to be a point where you're going to start liking abstract rap," and I'm like, "You're fucking crazy." Well, anyway, there are some abstract groups I like now, and that's what made me open up to your guys' stuff. I was like, okay.
Max has always been like West Coast, you know, Oakland,
West Coast gangster shit.
That was always my. So give me Max. I want Max's top 5. Can we do a top 5 all around?
Top 5?
Why not? Oh, shit.
Okay.
I can do a top 5. Oh, God.
Max, what's your top 5?
And it's not
dead
just
or alive. Top 5, dead or alive.
Okay, it's not always West Coast rappers either.
Nope.
I know Cool G Rap is in there for sure.
Oh, shout out to Cool G, man.
Cool G Rap. Bad Influence Click, which is Rappin' Ron and Aunt Diddley. I like
Rappin' Ron and Aunt Diddley Dog.
Remember those guys?
Aunt Diddley Dog. You fucking know, dude. Hell yeah.
Are you from Oakland?
Yep.
Are you from Oakland?
They're from Oakland.
Dude.
Oh, I'm not from Oakland.
So first of all, I'll tell you right. Okay, I thought you were. Because I grew up Too Short is one of my favorite artists of all time. And Rappin' Ron, Aunt Diddley Dog, Aunt Banks, like all those names.
The Dangerous Crew.
Freddie, like all those names he's been saying since '83. So that there you go. All right, so interesting.
So we go. So far we got Cool G Rap,
Busta Free,
and Busta Free. Hell yeah.
Wow.
You know who else I like too is Willie D from the Ghetto Boys.
Okay. Oh, very strong artist. Very strong artist.
Yeah. Who else, man, do I really like a lot? I like Quick for his production. He has some amazing.
He's my favorite producer
production
of all time. 100%
yeah, he's great.
DJ Quick over Dr. Dre. I love Dr. Dre too, but DJ Quick, in my opinion, just all around musician.
See, I always
rapper wise, he's fucking dope as hell. Like he lyrics, he always has. He makes R&B joints. He makes hard ass hip hop joints. He makes gangster ass joints. I mean, Quick is, oh my god.
He hung out with, he was the guys. I think he was with Second to None and AMG, right?
Yep, Second to None, AMG, all those guys.
Those are I love that.
High C.
Yeah,
I got it. Mm-hmm.
Vertical Joyride, one of my favorites.
Oh man, that beat is sick on this Vertical Joyride.
Yeah, absolutely.
I interviewed AMG. We talked about that.
Oh did you? No way.
Oh yeah. Check it out, Dusty Vision TV AMG. Just type it in, it'll pop up.
Well, you know what? And actually, I want to ask you this too, because you interview a lot of gang members and stuff on your show.
Yes.
And did you ever get a chance to interview Lil Stretch from the Bangin' on Wax?
No, I didn't.
And he was my favorite rapper on Bangin' on Wax.
Okay, interesting. Okay, see, I don't know. And peace to Lil Stretch, but I have no idea where he is nowadays. I hope he's alive.
He's alive.
We
interviewed
good.
We interviewed Big Y, and he told us, he's still alive. He's just not doing music.
Yeah, he went by Red Rag, I think, on the album.
I think so. Yeah, on
his voice on the Damus. Yeah, but yes, that album was crazy nuts, man. That album changed a lot of things for good and bad.
Oh yeah,
unfortunately. Bangin' on Wax, the original Bangin' on Wax. And RIP, before we go on, I got to say RIP to Red Rum 781, who just passed away just a few months ago. Man, good dude, really.
It's funny. I interviewed that dude, and he was he was talking mad shit about like Corrupt. I guess he hates Corrupt, and they're related.
And they're blood cousins. Yeah, they're blood cousins.
Isn't that crazy? And he was talking about. He said, "I'll rip your head off and play shuffleboard with it." That's what he said.
Yeah, bro. What I remember. Hopefully they got to mend their relationship before
he died.
He passed. But yes, I do know there was some bad blood. But shout out to them. I'm Tweety Bird Loke. I'm RIP.
He died too. Yep.
Yeah. I interviewed Sin Loke, who's a good friend to this day.
He's good. I actually interviewed him too.
All the time. That's my dog, man. Sin Loke is my dog.
Sin Loke is a cool dude, man, and he's still working. He still does music, actually.
Yeah. So. He definitely does, man. Yeah, but that album, it was great. It changed. Once again, it changed the world for the good and the bad. The bad is a lot of people in other cities and states and countries, literally countries, dog, started gang banging because of Bangin' on Wax. There is a great, and not to jump off, but it's still kind of the same. There's a great Vice. I love Vice. There's a great Vice documentary. Look up Vice, Vice Belize, and it tells the story about how the movie Colors brought gang banging to Belize, and now Belize is like one of the biggest fucking hubs of gang banging.
Wow.
In Belize, and it's all because they got this movie called Colors, and they all wanted to, and so like these things, unfortunately,
1988
for hip hop artists, they had great fucking, they had great memories for us, but unfortunately, it changed a lot of the world for the bad, dude. Like, and you don't want to think that there are people dying in Belize right now because they started watching Colors back in 1980.
That's so crazy. And Colors was actually pretty fake, man. It wasn't as real as like Menace to Society or one of those movies, you know?
Yeah, most people would say that it wasn't. I don't know. I'm a civilian, but most people would say that it wasn't factual to what they were doing. But I'll tell you, that movie, I wanted to see that.
And then it came out with the song too as well from Ice-T, which is which is actually really good from that time.
Which by the way, Ice-T's in my. We were doing my top 5. I say he's in my number 1, man.
Okay,
love Ice-T.
Ice-T. Oh, nice. Well, one of my first songs I ever fell in love with was 6 in the Morning.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh sun sweeping on the bathroom floor.
Man, I love that fucking song. Okay, so we got your top 5. Let's jump back into the top 5. Now we got to do Cruise Control's top 5, and then we do my top 5.
See, that's
a good top 5. That's dope. I wasn't expecting that. You went from Willie D to Ice-T to Rappin' Ron and that Dilly Dog.
I jump around, man, because in Vegas we don't really have a hip hop scene, so it's like I like a lot of shit.
So you grew up in Vegas?
I grew up in Vegas. I'm from Vegas. Okay. And this is where Cruise Control's from here too, but he moved to Oregon back in.
Let me ask you really quick before we go to Cruise Control. When did you move to Vegas? I'm just curious.
Oh, I'm from here. I was born here.
You saw the build of Vegas, right?
Like we both did. Yeah, we were both born and raised.
Damn, I don't know if you guys have done a podcast on that, but that's a podcast in itself. Like if you guys, I would suggest doing an episode because I'm not going to bore us to death because I'm a history nerd, but I would love to see what you guys saw growing up and seeing just even going to gangs, like because Vegas is a big hub of gangs now. You know, Bloods and Crips, and they have their own homemade, you know, homegrown.
Oh yeah,
gangs.
we got like Gertz, we got Gertson Park Crips, you know, or you know, Donna Street Crips, and that they fight with the Rolling 60s. And
dude, trip out on this about because I've been going. I try to go to Vegas at least once a year. My son lives out there. He goes to UNLV. He just moved out of the house about a year ago. Shout out to him. But I've been going to Vegas for years. And I remember there was this one part of Vegas by, I think it's Belmont. I don't know if it's by the old Vegas, but 5 years ago I would have never walked down that street, dude. I went there last year to visit my son. There's fucking white people and lattes and little dogs. It was the hood like 5 years ago, and now it's like, which I'm all for. Look, I love
you must be talking about downtown, right? Where what's
downtown? Yeah. So I guess where the old, I guess they call it Old Vegas. What's the one where? Yeah, it's downtown.
Well, you know who fixed that up was dude from Zappos. That was his thing. That was his whole deal. He was trying to clean that area up, so he fixed it up.
And he did. I was surprised because, like I said, I went one time, and I think like maybe about 7, 8 years ago, and I pulled over to roll a blunt, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, I probably shouldn't be in this area. Let me go somewhere else because it was just like, and I went less than a year ago, and now it's a complete, like they had high-rise condos and like little coffee shops. I'm like, oh wow, this is nice.
Yeah, they've cleaned it up, man.
And I'm all for it. Like I'm less crime the better. Like that's my thing. Like I'm look, I don't want to say I'm all for gentrification because I'm not. I'm all for Black people and Latinos keeping their property because gentrification, and this is another thing I get shit for, and we're gonna go back in your top 5. I haven't forgot about you, Cruz. But gentrification,
don't worry, man. We're gonna go to another song too.
Gentrification is mostly our fault. It's mostly people of color's fault because here's what happens. Grandma buys a house in Compton in 1960 for $20,000. And that house is in Compton and the kids grow up there and everybody grows up there. Grandma passes away in 2020, right? The house is now worth $500,000. Are we going to keep this house in Compton or are we going to get this little $480,000 and spread it out to everybody in the family? They're going to keep, unfortunately, they're going to do the latter. They're going to do the latter most of the time. And I'm telling us not to do that because if you want to keep Black communities together, which I think is really important, we need to stop selling so quickly for the buck. Like we really need to stop. Like there's parts of Inglewood right now that I would never walk down 6, 7 years ago, and now they built the stadium, and now a bunch of white folks walk in, and now it's suddenly okay.
Not only that, but you also got people who you also have to realize that who knows how long you're going to be able to even buy a house at this point. So if you have property now, hold on to that shit.
Yep.
And no one knows.
And listen, this is actually relevant, man, because I was having an argument with my brother and my mom because they don't like the neighborhood I live in. You know, they want me to move and it's getting dangerous. And look, I lived here for 20 something years. I've had no problems in this neighborhood. And they come up with, I swear to God, there's a white woman's guide to yeah, exactly. You could be victimized and ass raped. You know,
oh my God, you've lived there for 20 years and you could be clubbed.
Oh my God. And that could happen anywhere. And most locals, they know you. Most locals, they're like, dude, that's fucking Maxwell. He does a podcast. Don't fuck.
Well, that's it. Cool. That's most of my neighbors, they just know that's the blind dude walking in. Okay, he's cool.
Wait, are you really blind?
Yeah, I'm actually blind.
Oh, no.
And that's why we do just an audio show because it's, Cruise Control is visually impaired, so he can see a little bit, but I have no vision.
Yeah, I could see you on there. Like I can see you right now chilling. So it's no cool. So
that's dope. So your point of view on music makes me respect it a lot more because if you only been able to
it's not like that, man. Like no, we can go. That's a whole different story in terms of
that could be
impaired. Like, but still, like before we go into that, let's go to another song. Let's do January.
Let's do January. I think we do because we were talking about COVID and all that shit. Yeah,
let's do January, and then we'll come back. We'll get my top 5 still. We're not going to forget that. We'll get Dusty's top 5.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
and then we'll go from there. So we'll be back in just a few moments in the Nothing Sacred interview with Dusty from Dusty Vision TV.
Yeah,
January.
Yeah.
The pretty rose has envy for the ugly thorn, cause it bites back. The bully will eventually leave you alone if you fight back. The sky's black, the concrete's cracked, so my mom's back broke. Superstitious like old black folks smoking tobacco. And when the camera starts snapping and they ask me to react, I'ma smile like I'm happy, fingers crossed behind my back. They were all rubbernecking, thought that I was an accident, but I happen to be sort of a masterpiece. Now who's laughing at me? City hopped up like a rabbit on speed, just like Cupid on E, like an old blues man off a beast. Chasing the dragon, hoping the magic can please the crowd, cause the secrets have been revealed and we all know what's behind the clouds. And Santa Claus ain't really coming to town, so we lost hope. She hated December, laying her face down in soft snow. Running from situations that be scary, she opened her eyes and to a surprise, it was January. The new norm is a perfect storm. Will we ever see a brighter day? See a brighter day? Cause I'm starting to lose hope and I don't wanna lose my way. Lose my way. And the city's so hungry, but there ain't enough food on the plate, so we're going insane. I just pray when I open my eyes there will be no more rain, no more rain, no more
Reality,
rain.
vision, visionary, the REM sleep. Open your mind, imagination is kinda weak. Traveling through space and time in different dimensions, sending back signals to everybody that will listen. Channeling the others, don't knock it until you try it. Subliminal messages every day that'll make you buy it. Open your mind's eye, you live and you learn. Mistakes over and over, you deserve to get burned. It's your turn right now. You want it, better go get it. The bat is in your hand, ball coming out, hit it. Just admit it, you never believed a word. The question and answer is something that you never heard. Lack of experience, quarantine life on a tightrope. Vaccinations on the way every day, now we got some hope. Thriving in situations that be scary. Open your eyes, look in the sky, it's January.
The new norm is a perfect storm. Will we ever see a brighter day? See a brighter day? Cause I'm starting to lose hope and I don't wanna lose my way. Lose my way. And the city's so hungry, but there ain't enough food on the plate, so we're going insane. I just pray when I open my eyes there will be no more rain, no more rain, no more
As the earth
rain.
rotates, coronavirus spreads. They pushing the vaccinations with the chip, don't be misled. Fear is the motive, chaotic men they watching. He won't be jabbing me with that syringe, so gonna knock it the fuck off. You gotta be out of your motherfucking dome, thinking that I'ma let him inject me with some shit to control my dome. Hold on, they playing that game of life with no ref. Gourmet kitchen without a chef, no one right but veering left. Itching to get respect, never given, it's always earned. Sharpen my tools, paid my dues, and now I'm taking my turn. Let's burn, roll that up, that clone got shit. If you ain't smoking this, you're doing yourself a disservice. So grab your bag, I bet you be back. I'm damn sure of that. You thought I was kidding or even bullshitting? Well, hit of this, you know it's good riddance. They say it's only temporary. I took a few puffs and when I woke up, I slept through January.
The new norm is a perfect storm. Will we ever see a brighter day? See a brighter day? Cause I'm starting to lose hope and I don't wanna lose my way. Lose my way. And the city's so hungry, but there ain't enough food on the plate, so we're going insane. I just pray when I open my eyes there will be no more rain, no more rain, no more rain.
Oh yes, January. So man, that's about COVID, right?
So my boy Bone shared his thoughts about COVID on his verse in this song. Yeah. You know, this was written January. So this was written right in the middle of COVID, man, right in the thick of things. And he, to this day, is very adamant about not getting vaccinated. And I think he hasn't gotten vaccinated. And yeah, man, that was him sharing his thoughts. Like, no, you're not going to stick
You even had a line about putting your face in the snow like a snow angel. So I thought that was like a.
So
that was actually, I was going to comment on that line. That was my favorite line of the song.
Okay.
It was right before the chorus, I believe, right?
So that goes back to the theme, because in my head, my underlying, when I was writing my verses for this album, in my head, my verses were this girl lost in the city and trying to find her way in the city. So January is kind of connected to Chicago in that sense. If you listen to my verses throughout that album, I purposely made it about a girl lost in the city. And so her falling into the snow was actually a metaphor of her falling into a pile of cocaine.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a mask reference, actually.
Nope. So go back, now that you know this, when you get a chance, go back and check it out. Just listen to my verse, and from start to finish, it's about a girl who basically does a lot of shit in December and wakes up in January.
Oh, okay. Because it almost sounds like, that too. You like,
well, that's kind of where I thought, like face in the snow, like not necessarily cocaine, but just you're numb, like throughout the whole end of the year.
For sure.
And that's another thing that sounded like COVID.
Because that's what happens with a lot of people. Back to shit. We got
and here's the funny part. You know what? Let me, not to cut you guys off, but there's also an underlying Biden Trump reference in that verse. Now I really want you guys to
now I am going to go back.
Because when I talk about falling asleep in December and waking up in January, that's kind of a reference of Trump leaving December and January. Now, everything's great. Now it's January. Biden's here. He's going to save the world.
Right. Yeah. All of a sudden it's like,
in my eyes. And once again, that's not what the song is necessarily about, but that's what my verse is about. And it just so happened it was perfect because my boy Bone ended up throwing the COVID situation in there. But once again, the whole December waking up and, oh man, Trump, everything's bad. It's December. But hey, now we got a president, so everything's great. Biden and Kamala are going to save the world.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So I definitely have to listen to that now. And
so when you get a chance, there is an underlying kind of political reference.
A Biden dig. Okay. All right.
Right. Little Biden, little shot at Biden.
Nice.
Cool. So January. So I guess we got to go back to what we're talking about.
Time for your top five, man.
Top five.
Now, so here's the thing. I don't listen to a lot of rap. I honestly don't.
Give me top five musician. How about top five like anything?
I'll go top five.
Stick with hip hop. All right, we'll stick with hip hop.
Yeah. So it's because I actually kind of piggyback off of Max. I've known Max for like 30 years. So that's how we knew each other as we grew up. Where I'm visually impaired. Of course,
we went to school together. So
we went to school together. So we've known each other. So when he got into rap, he would show me these obscure stuff and stuff. But I got to go with the obvious one first, which is Eminem.
Okay. I love Eminem.
Eminem. And Too Short's definitely on there. Favorite song from him is what is that song? It's the
Getting Where You Fit In.
Is it the Ghetto?
The Ghetto. Doom.
I love a lot of his stuff. Yeah. Dude, hey, what you got to say?
Money in the Ghetto. Yep.
Money in the Ghetto. I'm more of an album type person. I gotta say, because like a group of people, like I said, AMG Second to None. I used to really dig that kind of stuff. I think that's how Max actually realized, hey, you don't listen. I think that's one of the first albums we went, oh, you listen to that? Because my bro played it, like that, because that's what happened, in Vegas, all that LA, all that West Coast stuff came into play, because like another out, like I said, it's more album type stuff, like
you like Little Bruce Extra Manish. I remember that one.
Yeah, Little Bruce. But he wasn't one of my
underground shit.
He wasn't one of my favorite. Like E40, I liked his. I liked him more for the reason I like West Coast stuff, because it was all about the beats. Like you could play live bands and live bass lines. Like real music playing along. Like that's why I like Bad Influence. It's definitely one of my favorites. Like I bought that album. I think actually
that's very interesting that you like them.
Well, because they're a combination of just great rhymes with also killer funky
beats. Yeah.
And you know what? That's
like East Coast shit is always like West Coast boom, boom, boom.
Right. I've been the same way.
Yeah. So that's the kind of, it's more like styles of stuff, because I don't like I said, I don't listen to a lot of stuff. But one of the best albums for me is the double CD All Eyes on Me.
Hey, you know what? Cruise Control had to force me to listen to that.
Yeah, I actually go, dude, you got to listen to this fucking album because
I didn't like Pac. I was not a Pac fan,
and he was like Pac fan, and I actually go, dude, you got to listen to this shit, dude. This shit's dope, man. It's fucking great.
He got me. He held me hostage, and he was like,
I got him into that.
You gotta check this out.
Crazy. Nice. He's like, shit, this is pretty good.
Yeah, that was when you lived in San Diego, actually. When I
exactly, and I was like, dude, you got to listen to that, you know, with that whole album. So that's definitely West Coast stuff more is more of a style I like. Although I do like, who the hell did Hootie Who? Hootie Who?
Outkast.
Outkast.
Yeah.
Beginning Outkast, the first album from Outkast. In the late 90s with, you know, The Dungeon, you know, Hootie Who.
A Crumbling Herb was the
yeah. The older stuff from Outkast.
Herb.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crumbling Herb.
Great album. So
the feeling niggas, they don't understand. That's my shit.
Yeah.
So
who's your top 5, Dusty?
All right. So we'll start with Outkast since we're talking about them. Andre 3000 is one of my favorite MCs of all time. He is.
Oh shit. Okay. So you do
whenever
like
dude. When I heard that Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music album,
Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music, we're gonna make it high.
Dude, I'm telling you, that whole album.
Yep.
I mean, you mentioned Crumbling Herb. That is a song to this day that stays in my 420 playlist. I have to put that in my weed playlist.
Of course.
That is a great fucking song, dude. So Andre 3000 off top. I wish he made more music, but you know, he fell out of love with the music industry apparently.
Well,
close second. I have to put Sugar Free up there. I'm a big Sugar Free.
Sugar Free, you know.
Love Sugar Free to Pimp. I'm gonna go E40. E40 to me is a trendsetter. He is just everything that I love about hip hop, from the independent grind, you know, to his originality. Like, he never switched up. He's always been
and great beats. Great beats.
Yeah, beats are always good with him. Yeah.
Man, yeah. Eminem is one of the only artists that has made me cry in my life. So I gotta say Eminem. Yeah, Eminem is fucking and he's a great artist to this day. Like, he's a great rapper. You can't take his lyrics away, but I don't like his new. I don't care for his new stuff.
I don't either, man. He's too.
I mean, you know, because he needed that edge back in the day. He needed the mom that he hated. He needed his wife, his girlfriend that he wanted to kill. Like, that's what I loved about Eminem. You know what I mean?
He just said whatever the fuck was on his mind. I'm gonna let it on everyone.
Let's talk about that for a second, because from what I hear from him, like, the thing about him now is he's still so lyrically precise and
he is the best dude. Lyric wise, there's nobody. I mentioned all those other people, but lyric wise, I will put Eminem in a battle against anybody in the world, in hip hop history.
But it's almost like the lyricism is almost all there is. Like, are you saying there's no fucking like
making hit songs again and all that? I think that's in his past. I think the last hit song he had would have been that 10 or 12 years ago.
But I mean, his lyrics,
I'm not afraid, but his lyrics are immaculate.
Like, even still, they're incredible, but you're saying they're not as good as before. Is it because
no, lyric wise, I think he has gotten better.
I think it's his concepts. His concepts just aren't as good.
He doesn't have that edge anymore. I hate to put it this way, but I like the Eminem who hated his mom. I like the Eminem who wanted to kill his girlfriend.
Me too.
I like the Eminem who was on cocaine. Like, that's the Eminem that I like.
That's the Eminem we know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like now he's just doing it to, like, show how fucking verbally amazing
great he is, because he is a great MC, dog. He is.
It's like he can spend all his time just making the most fucking articulate rhymes ever, but they don't actually say anything other than, "Hey, I'm." Really
Although I got to tell you guys, did you guys hear "Darkness" by him?
I love that fucking
That's
song.
a great song.
Talking about the Vegas shooter. Oh my God.
Yep.
So
and at first, because I'm
that.
thinking he's talking about going out on stage and just another Eminem angsty ass song, and all of a sudden, dude, I was like, oh shit, he's talking about
the crowd is appearing. He's talking about the crowd slowly showing up. And
that was beautiful, man. That was amazing. And that's a concept song to me, man.
Broken out the window and shooting, and then all right, this is the last.
So that's what you want. You just don't. The nameless, like, "I'm a God" songs. You don't like those, and those are kind of like.
Love that Darkness song. And he flipped that old sample. That is beautiful.
He did a great job with that whole thing.
That is a master.
That's interesting, because "Rap God," that song is fucking amazing lyrically.
And you know what? I don't care for that. You know what? That's funny. Amazing lyrically. Lyrically, it's a 10. but I don't care for that Eminem right now.
Because it doesn't have a concept. It's just like, hey, look at me.
Right. I like the concept. Yes. My favorite songs from Eminem is Guilty Conscious, and it's just about him.
Oh God, yes.
He walks into the trailer and his girlfriend's having sex.
What? She tripped, fell, landed on his dick.
that's the Eminem that fucking when I used to hear him back in 98, 99, and the song that made me cry. Here we go. You guys ready for some real shit?
Okay.
And it's one of his recent songs. There's a song called Headlights. Have you guys heard the song Headlights?
I don't think so. No.
Dude, when you are editing this and going back in the chance. So first of all, re-listen to my January verse. You'll get the Biden dig, right?
Okay.
And listen to Headlights by Eminem and watch the video. But it's a great song about him actually making up with his mom.
Oh, interesting. Actually, you want a song to cry to, man? I got a song for you.
Give it to me.
Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil.
Okay.
Dude, that song's gonna fuck you up.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm typing it in right now.
Immortal Technique.
Yeah, Dance with the Devil. That's a fucked up song, bro. That's matter of fact, I showed it to Kraken.
Dancing with the Devil. It's the first song that pulled up when I.
Oh yeah, dude, Dance with the Devil.
Right. I'm gonna add it to my favorites right here. I'm gonna add it to my favorites, and you guys gotta, like I said, you gotta go back, listen to that January verse, and you gotta listen to Headlights by Eminem.
Headlights. Okay. Okay.
See, I thought another one of his good albums, and we'll go back to you as well, Dusty.
Oh, go for it, dude. Nah.
But his Buzz when he came back I think it was Relapse.
That was the one.
Oh, Relapse.
That was the one.
2006, where remember the one I'm the one who showed that to you because you were kind of because that was after the Nana Batman phase of he kind of fell out.
I didn't like that Eminem. I hated it.
And then he came back with Relapse. That was after he got off the pills.
So you're talking about the one with Not Afraid on it, right? I'm not afraid.
I think so. Or it had
No, I don't think though. I think that's
What's the other
before.
one?
Or the one before. Okay, so or the one with cleaning out my closet. I'm cleaning out
that
my
was
closet.
off Eminem show. Clean Up My Closet.
Okay,
I'm gonna find it right now. Hold on a second.
This was the song I liked off the Relapse album was his
Beautiful. There was a
Beautiful. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. That's
okay. So that album, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Beautiful is a great song. Beautiful.
I love that song, man. That's another one that's a little bit tear jerky.
Let me see here.
Yeah,
back here.
Great song. Beautiful is a great song.
Let me see if I can. I think it's that.
I think that's the album you're talking about. I think that's the album you're talking about.
That's the one. That's the
I didn't like
Relapse.
that. I didn't like that 90 Batman Robin Eminem.
Yeah, that
I wasn't fucking with that. Like, I didn't like that, dude. I was like, nah. He even said himself. He was like, dude, like he even said he hated that era. He was like, he was so messed up on drugs that was his.
Oh, that's why he was doing that shit.
He hated. He said he hated, and he knew. He was like, yeah, a couple of my albums flopped. He even said my style was off. There's a great song about him where he admits to wanting to write a song about dissing Kanye West and Lil Wayne.
Oh wow!
Like just because they were the most popular rappers at the time, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna write a diss song about them. And
just
he
because
never did it. Yeah,
like he had no issues with them, he just was gonna do it.
Fucked up, and he was like, he even said in the song, I was so fucked up in my time that Lil Wayne would have fucked me up lyrically, and Kanye West would have fucked me up lyrically. He was like, so I didn't even write the song. He was like, he said they would have ate me up. He said especially Lil Wayne would have ate him up, which is true because Lil Wayne had his time where he was the man, dude. Like there was a time where Lil Wayne,
and it's funny. I don't like Lil Wayne. I
really.
We should do a top 5 of ones we hate, dude. Because I can give you some rappers I hate, man.
Right? Yeah, because it's a younger cats. Lil Wayne is the GOAT, dude. Like and it's a younger cats. Young Thug is the GOAT. Like we're so out of the loop. We're out of it. Yeah, we're so out of the target demographic.
Yeah, it was just like rock is the same way. It's like what? That's rock music. Where's
the
guitar?
34 is when they don't start caring about our opinion. They're like, I don't care. You're not buying albums anyway. You're streaming the same
we're making crappy music.
we listened to Immortal Technique and fucking shit from 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like we ain't buying it.
No. Well, that's the strong hitting shit. Like where you're just like, hey, this is what I can identify with. I can't identify with Young Dro or Young Thug or as Lonzo says, what was it? Little Nutsack?
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah. Oh, we got to do it. I have to remind him about a skit about that. Little Nutsack.
Oh, dude, you guys got to run with Little Nutsack, man. And by the way, you can hear Dusty on Lonzo's show too, which is NWA Stories with Lonzo.
Every Tuesday, yes. Every Tuesday
he's on that
Pacific Standard Time.
See, he knows his shit. This is why I got this guy around, man.
Dude, man, I'm so glad to. I'm so happy to be doing a show with the dude like Lonzo, man, because a lot of people, and I got to give him props really quick because a lot of people don't give him his props until the Super Bowl. I don't know if a lot of people caught it at the Super Bowl. If you got a chance to see the Super Bowl, Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre were performing on top of a building. And if you read what that building read, it said Eve After Dark. Eve After Dark is the club that Alonzo owned for 40 years, and that's where NWA got their start. That's where Eazy-E got a start. That's where Dr. Dre got a start, and they paid homage to Alonzo on the 2022 Super Bowl just about a month ago, or whatever. Whenever we saw it, whenever you see that, go look it up on YouTube when you get a chance, and check it out. And they're dancing on top of the Eve After Dark, which was the club where they all got started from. So I'm doing a show right now with the dude who was there at the beginning, chopping his way through this hip hop shit. Like hip hop was a jungle, man. Like he was trying to figure shit out back in the day.
You know what's funny is that I literally scrolled by on the YouTube videos straight out of Compton, the movie.
Oh,
it's just funny
And
that you
within 5 minutes it says Eve After Dark.
Yeah.
Yep. You see Eve After Dark.
Alonzo's within like the first few minutes of that movie. You'll see Eve After Dark. That's where Yellow was. That's where I have a video actually coming out on Eazy-E's the anniversary, I hate to use that word, of his passing, March 25th coming up. But I have a video with Alonzo where we did a whole thing outside of the club where he met Eazy-E, where him and Eazy-E literally first met, and then Eazy-E ended up hooking him up with Jerry Heller, and the rest is history.
Jerry Heller, which obviously
I interviewed him actually when he was still alive. He was an interesting guy.
That. Oh, Jerry Heller, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I interviewed him back when I did the shit that irks me, actually, because that's kind of a funny story, man. We went to go pick him up, and he wasn't answering his phone. He likes to fuck with you a little bit, though.
I got that vibe. I got that vibe from him. The time I got to, he was a cool dude for but I got that vibe. That's funny that you said that.
Yeah, no, because what happened is I pull up because first of all, he tells me, because I found out he was going to be in Vegas, and I'm like, oh, cool. Well, you can come in live and do the show if you want. So then I call him to confirm, and he goes, oh, well, I don't have a car. Can you come pick me up? And I'm like, well, I can't drive, but I have a friend that does. So we went and picked him up. Well, he said he was staying at the Palazzo. At the Wynn. He said he was staying at the Wynn. So we go to the Wynn, and he's not answering his phone. And finally, I was telling my friend, I said, let's go inside and page him or something, or see if they can call his room. So they do. They call his room, and they give the phone to me. And he's like, hey, give me like 10 minutes. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm coming down. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're waiting there for about 10 minutes. Finally, this lady walks up and she goes, are you Maxwell? I was like, yeah. And she goes, well, there's somebody looking for you. I'm like, oh. And so here comes Jerry. And he's like, hey, I was staying at the Palazzo. I'm like, dude, you told me the Win. He's like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, you did, dude. You told me the Win. And he's like, nope, I said the Palazzo. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't get those two mixed up.
No, they're very different. But it was really weird. It was just like a mind game that I thought, you know what I mean? Not to speak ill of the dead, but goddamn, you know?
Interesting. That's pretty dope. You know what? That's kind of cool. And this is why I do this as well, content and things like that, because you can say that you interviewed Jerry Heller, and that's pretty fucking cool. If you
I still got the MP3 of it too.
Man, that's dope as shit. Like that's really, dude, post that on YouTube if you haven't already.
That's something. Yeah, I put it on my SoundCloud. I think.
Ooh, I have post that shit on YouTube, dog.
You know what I got to do? It's the whole thing of putting a graphic behind it. Maybe that'll be a cruise control.
It's really easy.
Get me to do it. Yeah, it's easy to do, man. Yeah, put me to work, man.
Yeah, but that's dope. That's really cool.
I got a lot of interviews that were good, you know, that were just in that MP3 format, like, you know, interviewing Spice One or some other people that I've been, you know.
That's a huge one right there too, man.
So we forgot we were gonna get on this, and I want to get on this again because we were gonna get on this. I want to shift gears here completely, a little bit here.
Cruise control. That's why he's cruise control.
We were gonna talk about the lovely fucking like we were talking. I think we talked about a little bit, but I kind of want to get like why do you think like over your last 2.5 years you notice it's gotten worse in terms of censorship, and that's why you're so careful about it, because you don't want. You don't want secondhand implications, which is fucking crazy. So understand where you're coming from. You don't want
you have to explain shit. And I'm not racist. Yeah. I'm not homophobic. Like none of that. But you gotta always say, I'm not here to offend anybody.
I know. You have to say, yeah. And not only that, but you are actually, you have to at this point in this climate, on a show that is not even your own show.
Right.
Try to tell, hey, whoa, I'm not this because you are concerned about it
crazy?
reflecting on your own show, which is not even on your own channel.
Right. Isn't it crazy? Like somebody could just
So-
find this and be like, I heard Dusty on fucking.
Oh,
you
dude,
know.
No, it's
if
interesting.
anybody goes back to the
Yeah.
shit I did 70, I'm fucked. Like this, I'm screwed. So yeah.
Yeah,
Either way, I'm
we're all screwed. I mean, you can say, you know, people that say, well, women are women, men are, you know,
Yep.
men,
Yeah.
you know, exactly. It's like, how fucking crazy is that shit?
Nope,
And
there's
even
78 of us.
and since you
78.
started 2 years ago, how much worse has it gotten since you started even 2 years ago?
So my first big FU in the face literally was the COVID thing. That's when I was like, oh my God. Because I heard about, like, Facebook screwed me ass backwards, left to right, all that. I couldn't do shit on Facebook. Like their algorithm is awesome to where they know you're a person of color who doesn't agree with a lot of person of color's points of view.
Ooh, how
Bad
Their
little,
algorithm is like, so they were fucking left and right censored for dumb shit. So when I got to YouTube, I'm like, okay, it's a little more freedom, but I still understood coming from Facebook that I have to be careful with what I say. And I never thought in my biggest imagination that when I asked somebody on my show, what are your thoughts on coronavirus? And he shared his thoughts that were not even anywhere near that I got a 30-day ban for, I couldn't post anything for misinformation. This dude literally, he didn't give any medical information. He said he just thinks this is
You know what?
bullshit, and it was all planned.
We got a friend, him and his wife do a podcast too. They've been on our show a couple times. We've been on their show. And same thing. He said, in my opinion, I wouldn't take the vaccine, but that's just me. That show got flagged and all kinds of shit.
I don't even say that. Yeah, you say vaccine on your show, you're automatically gonna get put in that algorithm, and not maybe just. Here's the fucked up part. Not maybe just for this show, but for fucking years to come, dude. When I got that 30-day ban, my YouTube channel has not been the same since. My shit was click-clacking crazy, like, and then I literally saw the drop to where you have to dig for my shit. Like I've gone to other people's YouTubes. Hey, let me log into YouTube. Let me see how easy it is to find my show. And for the most part, it's easy. But you know, if you don't type in the right thing, you're like, oh, it'll just pass you by. And that's because YouTube is like, nah, homie, you talked about something about a year ago that we don't like, so you're on our blacklist.
See, it's funny because you pop up in my recommendations a lot.
Good.
You know, with stuff. So I am seeing you. But
yeah, I run Lonzo's YouTube channel, and I don't pop up in his a lot of the time. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's weird because I was just scrolling through today. As a matter of fact, I saw the
good.
Something
That
about
makes me happy as fuck. Good.
Oh
good.
yeah, because I get it all the time. It's where it'll say. Matter of fact, that interview you did with Hoodie Hood, I actually want to get him on the show too because he seems like a cool.
The thing is, though, it's
going
to also have an effect on how big, like the bigger you are, the more they're going to like look at you, like us, we're a fucking hole in the wall here. We're literally just like.
And you know what? Don't say that because 2 years ago I had 800 subscribers, so it's like and now I have 33,000 or whatever. But that long story short, that's. Yes, you are correct. The more I noticed, the more popular my show got, the more they're like, "Oh no, you can't say that." You can't. When I had 300 subscribers, I didn't give a damn what I said. And
that's what we want to. We like saying what we have to, what we want to say. So we haven't really been pushing to get people to, if they subscribe.
This is more therapeutic. It's almost like a cathartic thing.
Basically,
where it's like getting your shit out. Like, hey, we're out here, we're there. It's on. If you want to watch it, it's cool. Because it seems like. Man, people are getting fucked with for things they said 12 years ago. Like it's destroyed. Like it's absolutely just batshit now, man. And
and I wish we all had fuck you money like Dave Chappelle, but we don't.
Oh yeah, I know.
We don't, and we don't have fuck you, but we might have fuck you employees. And that's why you really have to be careful because the woke is real, man, and the cancel culture is real. It's a cultist religious movement. It's not
it's rational.
It's not rational.
Well, that's it. It's a small percentage making all this noise. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
But it's a very small percentage, but every company is with it. So it's a small percentage, but where are they at? They're in places of fucking power. That's a small percentage, but they're up there in Coca-Cola's marketing division going, oh, we need to
Yeah. And
Well,
the inclusion division, they have a whole division like
oh Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
like
barf.
there's enough this,
Inclusion
enough that,
division?
enough
Yes.
fucking yeah, they literally have a whole
Yes.
department. People graduate from college with a fucking degree in this shit. Like I'm a
Oh,
fucking
Jesus.
you gotta
Yeah.
make sure there's enough Asian people and enough black.
There are several words you got.
But you know who does? You know who they don't give a fuck about?
Yeah.
This white male. They
Of
don't.
course not.
You ain't gonna see the cis white male on any fucking list. Yeah, we don't care now. No. We need more of this. We need more of that. We need more of them. We need more of they. We need
Oh,
more
no.
they, we
You
need more
forgot. You forgot. They also don't really care about Asians because Asians don't meet the stereotype.
So
They fit
trip out on
above-
this.
Above
trip
us,
out on this.
the
Trip out
stereotype
on
of the
this.
white male.
I was talking to my Asian homie about 15 years ago, and he was trying to get into Ivy League school. And he said, dude, they literally basically told me they're not accepting Asian people. He was like, they don't care how smart. And this dude,
That's not racist.
This is the smartest person I've known in my life. He had
Wow.
he had a 4.8 like he was that fucking smart. And he could not get into this Ivy League.
There are
school.
lawsuits going on with,
And that's racist as fuck. That's about as
Dude,
racist as you
there
can
are lawsuits
get.
Right?
against them because
And I was like, wow, bro. I was like, I'm like, you're the smartest. You could literally fucking build a rocket to the moon, and they're not letting you in this school because they met their quota of Asian people, and they got to let a few more of the other groups.
yeah. Well,
in. I'm
if you
like,
look at some of the studies and stuff like that, the graphs, it's like white.
If that's what it is. That's what it is. Like I don't want somebody giving me brain surgery who was fucking pushed ahead because he's a certain color. Like
Exactly.
I want the best person for the job. I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
They don't mention
I don't care if you're
Asians.
from
It's always
India,
like,
Asia. I don't care if
Yeah.
you're from fucking Downey or Anaheim.
But you
Like,
better know
fuck-
your shit, you know? Like,
because
dude.
it destroys the narrative. Like Asians are doing better in this country than white people are, which destroys the white supremacy narrative of white privilege.
Oh yeah, that's a
Because
good
if
one.
there was white
think of
privilege,
that,
why
actually.
would Asians do better in almost
that's a
every
good one.
that is a good question.
I didn't even
Asian
think of that,
women
actually.
do better
That's great.
than white men. Asian
Wow.
women on average are making something like that. It's very Asian. They just do better financially in terms of school, education wise, but no one. But that destroys the narrative because if it,
You know what I'm gonna tell you
didn't-
right now? I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. I lived in the hood. I lived in the hood
Yeah.
my whole life up until 2017. About what 2017? 5 years. Wow. You know what? I live in a mostly Asian neighborhood right now. And that 15 years ago, it would have been like, oh, you live in I'll be proud to live in a white neighborhood. I'm proud to live in a fucking Asian neighborhood. You know how clean these people keep their street? Like, shout out to the Asians out there, dude. Drive through.
Are you in Monterey Park, man?
Oh, I'm not too. I'm a stone. I'm not going to tell anybody where I'm at, but I'm
yeah.
stone's throw from Monterey Park. Let's just say 626 in the building.
All right, because our buddy Ray, the guy I was talking about earlier, he's actually from Monterey Park. So
okay,
that's
So yes, going back to that, yeah, Asian people are from what I understand as well, and that all makes sense that you said that because
I got a question.
Asian women are go ahead.
I got a question for you because they aren't and they aren't also included for some reason they're not included in this fucking disgusting, in my opinion, term BIPOC.
Oh God,
are you a BIPOC, which is or a POC, person of color?
I don't know. Oh,
person of color.
What is a BIPOC?
BIPOC is I think
biracial. Wait.
No, it's
something person
I have
of color.
To look that up now. I have to look that. I have to look that up. Right?
It's something in indigenous indigenous person of color. But that's the term now that you are BIPOC.
Let's see. BIPOC stands for Black, Indigenous People of Color, pronounced BIPOC. This is a term intended to center the experience of Black and Indigenous groups and demonstrate solidarity between communities of color. I have no idea what that fucking means, but okay, so I am a person.
You haven't heard that, so no one has called you a POC or a BIPOC.
No, so I know person of color, which is probably POC. I actually
what kind of term is that's got to make you go, what the fuck?
Right, like all of a sudden you gave me this little weird acronym. Like, what the fuck's that mean?
Sorry, dude.
So you know what? In this day and term, I feel bad for white people because you guys don't know what to call people anymore. Like,
no,
do we call them African Americans? Do we call them BIPOCs?
No.
Do we call them?
How about I call you fucking Dusty?
Can you? Oh yeah, that. Or you know what? Can you call me black and I call you white? And like I call my homeboy Mexican and I call my homeboy Jew. When I was a kid, dude. First of all, I grew up in Long Beach.
Oh,
and if anybody knows anything about Long Beach, you know that if you knock on 5 doors, you're going to get 5 different ethnicities and probably a gender thrown
Same
in there,
thing with
which I'm cool
Vegas.
with.
Same thing
So
with Vegas.
I grew up around that shit. When I was a kid, you made fun of the dude with the big nose. You made fun of the fat kid. You made fun of the Mexican kid whose dad has 17 kids. You made fun of the black kid who doesn't have a dad. Like everybody made fun of the white kid. Like you guys all had fun. And then somewhere, I don't know when this happened.
I don't know when this
it
happened.
Definitely didn't happen in my generation.
I don't know
what
happened.
I didn't know when some parent walked out of the house and said, "Oh my God, guys, you cannot be talking to Jamal. You cannot make fun of Jose because he's mad." And they're like, "We're just having fun." Like some parent intervened somehow. Like kids were having fucking fun. We were having fun. We all joked on, and it meant nothing.
Yeah.
That was the thing. We used to crack on each other for our race. You know,
we would take a bullet for you. You know what I mean? As a 9-year-old out there, we would fuck somebody up for you. But then some parent intervened, and now it's like not okay to do that. Like I don't know.
It was so funny how not funny, but it was so ingrained in us as any race, I think, in America when you're growing up, is you do not judge people by their race. You do not. You are friends. You are this. You are that. Now, does that mean we wouldn't make fucking jokes about that shit and
all the time?
Your mom is you white. You're so white.
That's what we did.
Fucking.
Well, remember the jokes we used to make at camp, like the burrito jokes and the swimming across the border jokes, and they would come back at us.
The whole point is,
we had a game called Smear the Queer.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I remember Smear the Queer.
Yes.
That just would never.
Oh God, no. Oh God,
and do we hate gay people? No. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But that was a game we played, and it just disappeared one day. One day, some parents said, "No, you can't do that.
You can't play that. That's mean."
Like,
We're
like, why?
Yeah.
And now kids don't. Now it just doesn't exist.
Well, here's the thing,
racial joke. We used to make racial jokes about fucking Polacks all the time.
I'm sorry. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off every time you bring it up, but you guys are fucking tugging at my heartstring right now. My grandfather bought me a little red book, and this little red book had about 20 chapters in it, and each chapter were jokes about different Polak. It was Polacks being dumb.
Oh, it's all Polak jokes.
Have black people stealing people. There was a chapter on NASA, like need another 7 astronauts. Like it was the most, it was the most raunchiest shit when I was
found head and shoulders all over the beach.
Right, and I'm reading this shit. It had a chapter on blondes. It had a chapter on women. It had a chapter on homosexuals.
Oh, so it was everybody. It got every
chapter had something, and it was a great book that you could just buy at like a thrift store or something. And my grandfather bought this for me, and he probably set the tone of me fucking loving everybody and me being cool with everybody. Because I give everybody shit. Like I'll give gay shit, I give black shit, I give Mexican shit, I give white shit. Everybody can get it because we all have our fucked up people. But that doesn't mean I hate you. That all comes from love. I got fucking love for everybody. Like legit 100%. At the end of the day, I fucking love everybody.
It's like
I have.
I say I'm not racist. I hate everybody.
we used to have this idea that to joke about it was to make it known that it didn't matter.
Exactly.
Instead of it being like, oh my God, you really think that black people leave their unemployment check under their boots?
Exactly. So here's what I hate.
What the fuck?
Here's what I hate, and any white people listening right now, I'm going to ask you to please stop doing this. And then I'm gonna probably have to wrap it up because I got to have dinner soon.
Oh, that's cool because I got piss soon too.
We're about ready too, man.
I want to ask white people in ending this. Can you stop doing this, please? Can you stop making fun of everybody else, but getting weird when it comes to making fun of black people? Like include me in the joke. I'm cool. It'll be because people will be like, oh yeah, they'll make an Asian joke, haha, everybody laughs. They'll make a white joke, haha, everybody laugh. They'll make a Spanish joke, everybody laugh, haha, and then they come with black.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you know what, man? I'll tell you this, if it's any consolation. Same thing with blind people. I don't know too many good blind jokes. I wish somebody would just rock. The best one I heard was the blind guy walking by the fish market. Good evening, ladies. But
Max, I can't see that changing anytime soon.
Let me go to my hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, Google, tell me a good joke about being blind.
What does it tell you?
Do you know that bats are not actually blind? That's why they're so good at hitting baseballs.
Hey, did you know
Oh, fuck!
Okay.
That was deflection right
Baseball.
there. Deflection.
that?
You know.
Yep.
Alexa tells better jokes.
Well, although I've never heard that joke, man. The one you just played for us.
All right, man. Well,
So
it's been awesome.
let's get all your
awesome.
shit, man.
Let's get all your shit out here. It's been an amazing fucking time, man. Talking with you,
Yeah,
dude.
great time,
Great,
man. Any
great
guys
interview.
you want me on, I would love to have love to be back.
Absolutely. You know, we should bring you and Lonzo on it sometime. And you both
That
you
would be
guys.
dope. I can 100% make that happen. I know you guys interviewed him as well. So
Yeah, we had him about a couple months ago too. So.
Yeah. So why don't we get all your information, and then we're gonna go into the final song, which is
Dreams Are Made.
Dreams Are
Right off
Made.
the.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dusty Vision TV everywhere. Dusty Vision TV literally on YouTube. And you could literally walk up to your Alexa right now and say, Alexa, play the latest episode of Dusty Vision Radio. And my show will play on all platforms. It's on all podcasts. Wherever you listen to your podcast, it's on Dusty Vision Radio. Dusty Vision TV is my YouTube channel. But I would encourage you, because I'm trying to get my podcast numbers up, just go to your Alexa, go to your Google, whatever the little house thing you have, and just say, play the latest episode of Dusty Vision Radio, and you'll hear the latest episode.
Nice. And what about the S.U.M music, man? Where can that be heard?
S.U.M, yes, S.U.M. It's so you have to put in the dot. So it's S.U.M on literally wherever you get your music. Wherever you get your music, type in under artist S.U.M and my music.
Except Amazon, man. You got to check on that Amazon thing, because I did not find you on Amazon.
Is your podcast also on Spotify?
Yes. Oh, wait, my podcast? Yes, my podcast is on Spotify, anywhere, literally.
Sweet.
Dusty, but it's under Dusty Vision Radio.
Awesome.
Okay.
Dusty Vision Radio. So we're going to go into your final song. So why don't you give us a couple thoughts on this song, which is
Dreams Are Made. Okay,
Yeah.
so this one was kind of like so this last album we put out, Digital Space Dust, had kind of a I hate work, I want to get away from here type of vibe in my eyes. And we ended up in space somehow. So this song is about being in space, and that whole album in general kind of has a theme of falling in love with a girl for one night in space. All of our albums, if you kind of listen to them, we have kind of an underlying theme, but we don't make that like a we're going to talk about space in every song. Like, it's kind of an underlying theme, but we have a lot of there's a lot of stuff underneath. So yeah, I encourage everybody to check it out. Definitely check out that January version. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna like that gig I did to.
Yeah. Now I've definitely got to check.
I guarantee it will captivate your soul. So
there you go.
let's go. Let's go without right now. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah,
again,
man.
Dusty.
Thanks for coming on, man. This
This
has been awesome.
Has been the Nothing Sacred interview. I am Cruise Control,
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
and that's the story there, bitches.
It's Los Angeles. I love it. When the moon comes up, all the kids get down, dancing underneath the streetlights to the sounds of the city. Hallucinations of a lonely stoner just flying by on a paper plane. The moon is dancing and the stars are all addicted to the thunderstorms and purple rain. Flower gardens full of memories and lost hopes in those October leaves. We in Wonderland with a rabbit chasing you always has something up his sleeve. And the street lights give us life, cause this could be our last night. We don't wanna die but we don't act like it, so we do it again. Fuck it, do it twice. Los Angeles, eucalyptus kisses and the smell of a breath is so delicious. Lord is my witness, I love her so much, even though her eyes look so suspicious. I'm blinded by her fragrance and the way her sunset winks at me. She kisses me on my forehead when it's time for me to go to sleep, and her ass is so full like the moon in the sky, and her pussy is so tight make the clouds start to cry. And the desert ain't so dry when I'm floating in her oceans, rolling down the 105. Fall in love again in September, give her my hoodie in the winter. In the summertime I bust it all in her. Gonna
If I can't ride the wave, then I'ma die. Living my life this way, I feel like a lie. If I can't ride the wave, then I'ma die. Living my life this way, I feel like alive.
Already know he really rhyme fine. By all means, I'm getting mine. It's West Coast, California, home of them fine dimes. Rewind times, want a little more. You ain't really ready with a gotten stove. Knock, knock, who's there? Come on in, open the door. Remove shoes, don't touch my home. Using my Wi-Fi for free to roam. Would you like a drink? Do you want to get blown? Show some respect, nigga, watch your tone. I'm in another dimension, fell in the black hole, I forgot to mention. Bust a little nut to relieve the tension. You dig, understand, that's comprehension. Elevated, California regulated, shine so bright that the haters hate it. Loved ones glad I made it, chillin' by the pool in tacos. Double IPA, we got those. Step 2 got B, got high flows, and I do my own damn videos. What? When I come to kick it, I'm kicking it so hard. Pulling on the throttle, we're dipping the boulevard. Riding in the car, we're stunning on 2 wheels. If you a real rider, you knowin' just how I feel.
If I can't ride the wave, then I'ma die. Living my life this way, I feel like alive. If I can't ride the wave, then I'ma die. Living my life this way, I feel like alive.
In the middle of it all, we call it the hub. It ain't the city for tours and clubs. Get cars flipping, they can fill you with slugs. I ain't talking mollies, no sir. Talking about the heat that make you get up out your seat, running like a track meet over step 2 beats. Say you wanna beef, I brought it to the table. Now you confused like an Aesop fable. Cradle to the grave, the goal remains the same. Get money, get paid, don't need the fame. Stay in your lane, and true to what you do. Keep your energy right and watch it work out for you. I paid them dues again and again. Took them trips across the flatland. Now I overstand dedication, the hustle. When to fall back and when to apply the muscle. Get the push up, get the push up in the atmosphere one time if you really don't care. Call me MJ when I'm gliding through the air. Tongue hanging out, holding my nuts. Ball in my hand, going in for the dunk. Punks fall back, you don't stand a chance. Check my foul, homie, the last dance. Tidal wave, looking down the pipeline. You don't want to fuck with state of mind. Fuck around the flat line.
If I can't ride the wave, then I'ma die. Living my life this way, I feel like alive. If I can't ride the wave, then I'ma die. Living my life this way, I feel like alive.